Everything that happened in the Yellowjackets season 3 premiere was actually a lie. This is a yellow tinted fantasyland and is definitely not what the girls are actually experiencing. There are just way too many questions here that seem too conveniently glazed over. Like, how did we go from our cabin literally burning down in the woods in the middle of winter to now we have this magical little self sustaining community, these nicely made, individually personalized huts, goats, singing circles, individually made dinnerware? I mean, come on, this is not really happening. Things like their conversations and disagreements, Shauna spitting in Mari's food, I think all of those things are actually happening, but how nice this little community is and everything they have going on. There's no way that this is all just magically happening after they had to reach the point of starvation more than once, where they were unaliving each other, what, technically a few weeks ago in this timeline? This makes no sense. Do you remember in season 2 when Akila had that little mouse Nugget and then it turned out he was a skeleton the entire time? I have a feeling this is going to be something like that. They have been out in the wilderness now for 3 seasons, so probably anywhere from like 6 to 9 months. Think about the point of starvation that they are probably at, not to mention the trauma, the things that they have had to do that they have to convince themselves were justified. They are probably imagining a lot of this could be like a hallucination, and that they're all just kind of saying, yeah, everything is going great, it's going well, because they're not ready to accept the reality of a lot of the things that they have done. Shauna is the only person in the group that actually sees through all of this and sees things for what they really are, because not only does she have the heightened level of trauma with losing the baby and Jackie, but she's the one that has to do all of the really gross things, like when it comes to preparing and cutting up all of the meat and things that they've eaten. That's Shauna's responsibility. So I think she sees through the veil of like all of this happiness, good times, and that's why she is so grief stricken and writing in her journal, like, what are these guys imagining right now? This is not the situation. Not only is Lottie pushing Travis into this happy, fun forest shroom time, which is obviously what contributed to him being an addict later in life, but I think that her and or Misty have been secretly microdosing the entire team, and what they're really doing is all just tripping out on shrooms, and they're imagining all of this. Maybe not all of this, but they're imagining the level of luxury and happiness, and she's doing it as like a level of control and keep them calm and docile while dealing with all of the trauma. But Shauna is the one preparing the food, so she probably prepares her own and it doesn't get spiked like everybody else's. There is also this like yellowish tint over everything, and at first I wanted to attribute that to, oh, they upgraded the cinema